Hello, I am Nicholas Dye, and my project will be on Boss Tweed. Boss Tweed was known as actually William Tweed. He's most notable for being one of the bosses of Tammany Hall. He was also criticized by a lot from how he used his power. Boss Tweed was actually considered a pretty good mayor at the time of New York, but he soon became corrupt. The party that he advocated for was the Democratic Party. Sooner or later, Boss Tweed became very corrupt, and then he started using things like graft, which graft is defined as using political power for personal benefit. You can be dishonest, or you can be an honest grafter. But he was a very dishonest grafter, as he would use lots of bribing methods. One thing he would do is that he would give you a job for your vote. So, in order to get the job that you wanted, that you had to vote for Boss Tweed, which was a good way to get him elected. Now on to the more action side of Boss Tweed, when it came to stuff like bribery and all this kind of things. A cartoonist named Thomas Ness started showing up everywhere in the Harper's Weekly. He would start making fun of Boss Tweed with the lots of cartoons that are shown in this video. These cartoons were actually pretty powerful, as people could easily understand what a cartoon was saying. But reading wasn't as easy as a cartoon. With a cartoon like in a newspaper or something, everybody can read it. So with these cartoons, people would start perceiving Boss Tweed as actually a pretty bad guy. So he was talking to one of his associates, and he said something along the lines that's saying, I really care about these cartoons because most of my people that even vote for me can't read. So people started to want him to be arrested. So a man named Samuel J. Tilden was a reform lawyer. He overthrew Tweed, and the state sued him for. So upon Boss Tweed's arrest, he had a bunch of weird circumstances that not a lot of other people have, as he was actually allowed a daily trip to see his family, but at one time off on a trip, he escaped to Spain. But then when he was in Spain, somebody recognized him through a Thomas Nast cartoon, which got him back into jail. Before he was jailed, there was an expense report that the New York Times got a hold of, but Boss Tweed didn't want them to publish it, so he actually offered them about $5 million not to publish it. But the New York Times actually declined the offer. So the New York Times posted an expense report about all the corruption that Boss Tweed has done, and when it was shown, the people were very shocked. This was the nail in the coffin for Boss Tweed and his reputation. Everybody couldn't see him the same after that. After the fall of grace that the political machine took, people started realizing that they elect their mayors and stuff, and they needed to choose wiser, so this would never happen again. Tammany Hall changed their ways after that, as they would not exchange jobs for votes anymore. Boss Tweed is a very important person at the Progressive Era, as we recognize the people that we elect make the decisions for our government. Another reason why he's a very important figure is so that we don't repeat the past and elect another corrupt politician.